don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some.
But you live to trade another day, live to make another
Is
play.
it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset, just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. No, I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna, cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took some chances, and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you're scared, might as well
What's going on, my friends?
Wake up and imagine so big, I need a
Welcome
segue
back.
to get from wing to wing.
Welcome
Scared
back
money don't make no money.
to the channel. Scared money don't make no money. Wise words from Crown Chakra, Mr. Crown Chakra. Shout out to Crown Chakra for the intro track there. Welcome everyone. Happy Monday, happy Labor Day. We made a joke and we said that we all quit our jobs to work 24 hours a day in crypto. Happy Labor Day. If you're in crypto, you never get a day off because there's always something happening. There's always something exciting. And even if it's bearish, bullish, or just going sideways, there's still always something to laugh about. We have the memes and we have the insufferable crypto KOLs and cringe-worthy content to go through. So how could we not be entertained right now in the timeline of crypto? So welcome everyone, welcome friends. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. We go live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are just having a blast. We're trying to remind you guys that the best thing that we can do right now, especially during some sell-offs, wherever we hit a peak, we start selling off. You get the timeline saying that was the top. They think they know everything. And we have to just ignore all the noise and just look at the chart. There are certain charts that you could look at that'll give you a good outlook. But I think the best thing that we could do right now, if we wanted to really just focus on the long term and accumulation, there's a couple charts that we can show you, and we're gonna get into it. But first, let's break down what's actually happening in the news. So we had the World Liberty Financial launch, and this is the launch that has been anticipated for a little while now, because we've been watching the World Liberty Financial wallet, the actual wallet of what they're holding, what they're accumulating. And I don't know why my cat is meowing at me. What is going on? What do you want from me? Hold on. You hear this cat right now? Hold on just a second. Sailor, come on. Go. Yeah, you gotta go. Because you're meowing at me. They can hear you on the microphone. Get. Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of here. She's being so weird. She's like my cat is being so funny. She was like, I don't know what she was doing. She was like at my feet meowing, and I'm like, I fed you? You got water? I don't know what is the deal? I don't know. She was probably trying to tell me like, Timmy's in the well. Like, Timmy's in the well, and you're not listening to me. She's like, he's in the well. All right, so she's trying to tell me something about probably crypto. I don't know. She's like, listen, tell him about Pulse Chain. Tell them about Pulse Chain. That's what we're going to get into today, as well as if you can see the above my head, this is the breakdown. We're going to break down the World Liberty financial launch. We got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about the altcoins. We're going to talk about the Pulse Chain devices that have finally been revealed. It was a mystery what Richard Hart was talking about and referencing in his cryptic texts and posts over the past few months about this mass marketing campaign that he was going to unveil. And we're going to cover what those devices are. And so good morning to everyone. Thanks for everyone coming into the chat. Hope everyone is doing well. I see we got Rashad, AI Griff, we got all the usual suspects, we got Headband, we got all the people in the dojo crew. We have been all training together in this dojo, which is the crypto ecosystems. We all have different styles. You know, maybe you like Kung Fu, maybe you like, you know, a type of karate, maybe you like mixed martial arts. I don't know, but we're all training together to sharpen and better our skills, knowing that the digital landscape and the blockchain is where we need to learn and sharpen these skills. You know, we have to know that we're in the right place right now. So that's very important. So knowing that you're in the right place right now is very important. So then you are less likely to leave, and you're not going to be like, well, this is my last cycle. Well, crypto's not going anywhere, so you can leave. Crypto's not going anywhere. So Rashad's asking how my trades are going. I have no trade open. It looked like Binance sandworms coming, you know, just left and right. That bottoming out. I saw it go to 107. I was like, I know it's going to chop around a little bit. I wanted to wait till, honestly, today, you know, because we had the World Liberty financial stuff. We've had just a lot of different things that were kind of bearish, but also bullish at the same time, because we mentioned this very key thing about the SOL BTC ratio chart. While everything was dumping, the SOL BTC ratio chart looked really good, and it looked very similar to what the ETH BTC ratio did. So I was thinking, okay, there's the rotation. You can see it happen first in the BTC, because a lot of times, like what the whales will do, you kind of see the rotation from BTC, money moving from BTC to ETH, and then from ETH and BTC into the next best thing, because that's kind of what has been chosen as the blockchain compared to Ethereum. Because everyone back in the previous cycles, oh, well, what's going to be the Ethereum killer? What's going to kill Ethereum? Is it going to be Cardano? Is it going to be Polkadot? Is it going to be, you know, what is it going to be? And so Solana has proven itself to be one of those very competitive blockchains when it comes to 24-hour DEX volume, because I think for the first time like ever recently on the 24-hour DEX volume, look at it surpassed Ethereum. So Solana, something's going on with Solana, and we talked about it. It's like if you're not at least just bullish Solana and Ethereum, and just to be betting on both ecosystems, that's a good place to be, because you don't want to be a Sol maxi and then not have any Ethereum. You don't want to be an Ethereum maxi and not have any Sol. That's my personal opinion. You just need to know they're probably both going to crank. They're both going to do well. And so yeah, let's get back a little bit into the World Liberty Fi wallet. This wallet has grown very much so in value. I don't know if we've been tracking this wallet for a long time, and we remember this being at like 80 million. It was like under 100 million. And now you can see that a lot of the value has come from the USD1, the stable coin. Now, why is this important? Now, the stable coin is tied to a lot of different things. The stablecoin is being issued as liquidity that you can use and deposit into crypto exchanges. So what they're trying to do is encourage people to use USD1 as a trading pair instead of USDC or USDT, which means this wallet and these exchanges and how and where they're sending this to, because you can see also they're minting the stable coin on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So I think their like master plan here is to have this stable coin as like a competing liquidity to be driving, you know, adoption either through possible retail, maybe retail once they start to kind of catch the whiff of, okay, I need to start thinking about stable coins. USD1 is going to be one of those things. But I suggest obviously learning about USDC and USDT first, because that's just kind of like you learn that, then you can kind of go down the line of going to other different stable coins and knowing the risks of which one is, quote, safer. Stable coins are a digital dollar ratio that hopefully is backed by the actual freaking treasury and the holdings of what they're supposed to have. So if there's 208 million of USD1, there needs to be a 1-to-1 ratio of cash or treasury or whatever, that then if everyone wanted to be made whole, they could ratio it out. That was always the tether FUD. That was always the tether FUD is it solvent? Is the money there? And then that's where we kind of go through this timeline of the people like Howard Lutnick now that are in the Trump administration as the Secretary of Treasury, and he was saying that, look, Tether's solvent. Tether actually does have the money. There is no Tether FUD. I remember that was the one big thing that I remember from his talk at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. So there's something going on. I don't like. This has all been worked on for a long time. I feel like a lot of us, we feel like, oh, they just all got together in a room, you know, recently and just started planning this out, and now they're bullish crypto. No, they've been planning this for a long time. I kind of get a feeling now that like this has been the plan, especially during the Biden administration, you know, disaster, where we needed to have some kind of plan. So and then Michael Saylor, I think they've been tracking Michael Saylor, you know, and his progress and what he's been doing. And so this is why I get super bullish on the macro, because this has only been happening for the past 4 or 5 years. It's not even that long of a time arc of the biggest financial revolution that we've ever seen, of how we're seeing the old systems die off and it's coming into DeFi. So my friends, welcome. All right, so let's just shore that like button. I know last time we were live streaming, you guys did great. You immediately started hitting the like button, and that really helped the algorithm to push out the channel. Also, let me know if everything sounds good, because this microphone still, I've been just like debating if I'm gonna get rid of it and just like get a different microphone. But I think it's doing well, because you guys didn't say anything just yet. You didn't say your microphone sounds terrible, but hopefully it's loud enough. But yeah, shout out to Headband, Eric Espacino, AI Griff. We got Ozzy Osbourne in the house. We got Rashad. Thank you guys for being here. And okay, so let's look at, I think we had a couple of these bookmarked posts about the World Liberty Financial launch. Did we bookmark them? Let's see. Okay, so this is we got a couple different posts we can go through here. We have Galaxy Research says World Liberty Financial unlocks for transfers and trading today. So if you're seeing that pop up on the exchanges, this is what that is. That's the World Liberty Financial protocol, the DeFi protocol that's operated by and funded by the Trump family. So unlocks for transfer trading today based on pre-market trading. World Liberty Financial is set to debut with a fully diluted value of 20 to 40 billion, putting it in the top 12 of the cryptocurrencies. This is wild. So we got to see actually what's going on here. Whoa. Okay, hold on. But okay, so it's actually at 6.4. Okay, so this thing is at 24 right now in terms of market cap valuation. But yeah, the fully diluted value is at 26 billion. So there's going to be obviously unlocks. You see the max supply is 100 billion tokens. The circulating supply right now that they just put onto the market is 24 billion tokens. So there's going to be an unlocks over time, and supply being distributed in different ways. We'll see how that goes. But right now, it's at 26 cents. And if we were to track this, WLFI, so let's track this right now. And then after we track this, we are going to look at Bitcoin, and we're going to compare it to the performance of alts. Okay, so yeah, this thing I noticed over the week, there was like a pre-launch. Like if you were able to have it on exchange, like some of these exchanges actually put this token on perpetuals contract a lot earlier than quote today, because this was like the kind of the official launch, and then some exchanges got supply like early, and they've been doing early trading access. So that particular buy-in was around 21 cents, and then it wicked up to 56 cents, and then this was the futures contract, so they kind of were playing around with that. They dumped it back down right back to entry of the when it hit the exchanges, which was on the 23rd. You think it's the first today. It's Labor Day. It's the 1st September, and they put this thing early on some of these exchanges, like for instance Binance futures contract on the 23rd. So now it got a chance to kind of from the bottom traded back up. This is the daily chart, up 100%, but it wicked again, and it saw a pullback. And now we're sitting kind of flatlined right here at 26 cents, which is kind of just the mid through line of like what the trading action has been since the pre-launch. And so today, well, we could see a little bit of we could see another pullback. This is just the daily right now. If we're looking at the 45 minute, it's kind of swooping around. Usually that's like if we get a bearish divergence, we would have a high right here, and then something like that would give an obvious downtrend. But this is good because this is where we got some, this is basically support. So like where we just put that line, that's support. You can see if that's a good test. Fib it down to the low. You can see where the 618 was a pretty decent level of testing. It tested it 2 times, and that was the rejection, through here. So yeah, there's some volume, but this thing's gotta you gotta let this thing cook. You gotta let it cook. You gotta let this thing cook a little bit. Let these millionaires and billionaires, manipulate this thing to the upside, But currently, right now, the market's still, it's Monday. I don't know the exchanges are not open today though, right? The exchanges, it's like because it's like most things are closed today. So I don't think the markets are open in terms of the stock market, right? Yeah, the stock markets are closed today. Yeah, they're closed in observance of Labor Day. But guys, remember, this is why why do we love crypto? Why do we love crypto? Because it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. We don't care about the holidays. We don't care about your trading hours. If we want to be a degenerate in a attic or in a basement and trade at 3 a.m., we can choose to do so. And you can do this. This is, so it's called just the freedom of having the autonomy to be able to be your own bank and do your own transactions and stuff, whether you're buying JPEGs on the Metis blockchain at 3 a.m., or you're sending your friend, 20 Cardano in Hong Kong. I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. That's why all this like stock market closed. Who cares? You know what? You can go and trade on OURBIT, a tokenized stock right now, and who cares? You just look, X stocks. I can come here and buy Apple, some Nvidia, some Google X, some Meta X, some Hood, some Amazon, some Circle stock, all right now. I don't need the markets. I don't need the stock market to be open. Do you get it, guys? Do you understand? Okay, so this chart looks like it's going to be testing. We got to watch that 618 test again. If it can test here, we're not going to be doing a downtrend, which is like kind of, we would be, we could be testing this line and just kind of just keep going down to where we were down here before. You got to watch out for that. That's a possibility. So that's your bearish case scenario of breaking down below the 236, 25 cents. Some people that, I don't know, could potentially still sell off, and it could test down here, and then that could be the nice like double bottom. Then it gets a chance to go back up. We'll have to see. Best case scenario, this is the bounce point. Worst case scenario, it just double bottoms and you get another nice entry. And I doubt they're gonna let this be like a Melania dump. I don't think they're gonna let this be a Melania dump. This thing, there's a lot of money behind this, and I think it's gonna be huge. So here's what Justin Sun had to say about it. So Justin Sun actually said, excited to share my thoughts on World Liberty Financial. I truly believe this will be one of the biggest and most important projects in crypto. He's got a lot of stake in it. So, and they also remember one of the biggest altcoin holdings in the World Liberty Financial wallet is Tron. So we have no plans to sell our unlocked tokens. We're just talking about the unlocks and the supplies. So that's like, he's obviously one of the people that put a lot of money in. He's going to have a lot of tokens. And so we have no plans to sell our unlocked tokens anytime soon. The long-term vision here is too powerful, and I'm fully aligned with the mission. It says tagging the leaders who are driving this forward. It's the World Liberty Fi, like we mentioned, Eric Trump, Donnie Jr., and then Barron. This is Barron, Zach Witkoff, Zach Folkman, and Chase. He's the co-founder of World Liberty Fi. So he says, also to celebrate the incredible launch of the token, we are committed to increasing the total circulation of USD1 on Tron. So look what I was talking about. They're really going to start pushing that USD1. And this wallet, this World LibertyFi wallet, is going to be in the billions. I think my guess is that it's going to be like by the end of the year, it's going to be worth like 6 billion. Right now, it's already like getting close to $1 billion. So it makes sense with the growth that we think the market's going to do. You know, at least like worst case scenario, you know, the market 5x's this year, but there's potential that overall we could do like a 10x if all these bullish calls of price for Bitcoin of what some of these people are saying is more bullish than what my price targets are. I was trying to be a little more conservative. Said, look, you know, we could pop to 150 and hit the Fibonacci, 133, start really building up some FOMO. And this is just a perfect setup for it too, because we're getting that consolidation. We're not going down, you know, under 100K, which I think the bears would love right now. So let's get into that now. So now let's get into Bitcoin. Now that we're going to get into Bitcoin. If you're looking at Bitcoin right now, you're probably getting a little worried. You probably could look at this and be a little worried. That's an obvious big downtrend. I mean, that's a on the 45-minute there. That's a nice descending channel there. And there is a target, and if you're looking at the price right now, you're thinking 108, and it's not looking too good. But if you're also looking at this, and you can say, okay, we do have two bottoms here. Two bottoms here. We could see a push and a test out of this channel. But if we hit this line right here, we hit this sell order, this block, and we get rejected, then I'd be looking for some lower sweeps to these levels right here, which would be like 105. So I'd probably be setting some alerts at set an alert. I would set an alert like around this level for real. This level right here, 105,500. And what's interesting is that Marty Party was pointing out the liquidations of the longs. So a lot of longs are going to get liquidated at around 100 and was it 107 something or 106? We'll have to look. But yeah, we definitely want to set an alert. Or no, not copy price. We'll set an alert. Add an alert. We're gonna create that. But yeah, a lot of the longs were going to get liquidated around this price. So they did that. But is there some left over? Are there some left over that they would love to smash? Let's see. Yes. Yes. They would yeah, there's some action here. There's some heavy action here. Really at 105, what's really interesting is like this would cause the cascading sell, and it would move really quick and probably wick to 105. And that's what this looks like right now, because the way that this is breaking down in this channel, if you're looking at the price, like it's going boom bong, it's just bing bonging. Yeah, this is, and then what's interesting is that we have this like bullish news. You know, we have this bullish launch and all this stuff. You know, it's like, oh, you know, cool crypto, DeFi, be bullish crypto, and then the exchanges have a lot of the times been using the bullish news as a catalyst to get people to FOMO, or not get them to, but people FOMO long, and then the market just gets completely wiped out. And then we see it real quick just bounce. It'll just like it'll hit that level so fast, and then it just goes boom. And then before you can even react, it does it, you know, it has the, and then it goes up to the next level, which if you're looking at the liquidation levels, it pumps right up to 110. So this is how you can potentially, if you do want to trade the markets right now, you can just look at these levels right here and say, okay, this is really high liquidations of longs at 105, 23 million. And this is just for, you know, Binance. But if you just look in general across all the exchanges that have the highest volume, that's probably a liquidation point there too. So it's just across the board, there's going to be high liquidations and a high chance that these market makers are going to bring the price at least to 105 or 106. I would 100% bet that is exactly what they will do over the next week. Especially with the look of this chart. So I'm only bearish for the fact that like they love doing that, and they most of the time do it. And it looks like a perfect setup to be pulling that liquidity back into this area. You can see it. It's like they brought it up, chopped it up a little bit. You can see the bearish divergence I kind of had here, because we had a top, then another top, down, and now we're just kind of trading back into a channel to hit levels of support, because this wasn't enough. That was a little bit of support, but then we got rejected, and now we're brought back down to this level. Is that enough support? I don't know. That's why we're going to set an alert, because if this thing dings, we're going long. This thing dings, that's the liquidation, that's the pullback, and that's where they will run it back to 110, because look at all of this. Then they'll liquidate the shorts that will get liquidated up into this point. So you got two levels. You have this level 105, 105.6, and then 110 right here. I think they're going to go for obviously they're going to go for the longs first. They're going to go for the longs first. By they, I mean the exchanges, like we're saying, and then they're going to smash the shorts. Longs that's my guess. Because of the downtrend, it's easier to get it down here than to get it back up here. Especially when you look at what's happening with the volume. It's like it's not really, I don't know, it's not really there. That's my best guess. But what do you guys think? You guys have the day off? Do you have the day off today? How's everyone feeling? I want to know what the morale is. So today, more crypto talk. That's so funny. Headband's like, please don't make me think about my real life. Just keep talking about crypto so I can tune out the real life. No, I get it. That's so funny. More crypto, more crypto. Oh. Well, let's go. Well, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, so we can definitely keep it crypto. So today, most of the things in the top 100, and let's refresh this. Let's make sure we get like a clean bubbles, because we have some stuff to talk about. Like we have some stuff to talk about. We wanted to keep some focus on the World Liberty launch. So we broke down the TA. So if you're wondering where those levels are going, Bitcoin. I'm gonna get into the alts here. We're gonna break down the alts, and then we're gonna get into these pulse chain devices. So these pulse chain devices are really interesting. I was suspecting it was going to be thumb drives, because those are also like really cheap now. before, if you guys remember, oh my God, like memory and like memory cards used to be super expensive. If you guys remember, just for like a 5 gigabyte, thumb drive back in the day, it was like $100 or something. And now you can get it like so cheap. You can get like boxes of branded little, thumb drives that have like 32 gigs on them, and they're super cheap. And so I thought it was going to be that. So, but we're going to get into it. I don't know if you guys have seen this, because a lot of you don't really follow the Pulse Chain like ecosystem or the community or what's happening, but I'm kind of tuned into that realm because I'm very interested in it. So we're going to cover that. Hex down 10%, Pith down 8%. Some of these things that are down like 8-10%, these were coins that were ripping recently. Oh, we got Trade Intuition in the house. Says can't stay long, but he smashed the like. So thank you, sir. Yes, we will go into your channel, and we will then also smash the like on your videos as well. And you guys go subscribe to Trade Intuition. Pops in here every now and then, but busy on his own channel. So, but yeah, so check it out. So we got this. I don't know what's going on with this meme core. I've been seeing this logo recently. It's pumped a lot. The market cap is at $1.3 billion. I don't know what's going on with this. I have no idea. I don't know the news, but I have been seeing this thing pumping recently. So yeah, so that's the only thing on the daily that's actually, besides pump. I know pump is up 2%. We're kind of watching this. If you guys like, we're talking about altcoins now. So the pump token's interesting because pretty soon, we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but we're going to have this airdrop. If there's going to be allocation given to token creators, there's going to be allocation given to the streamers. Obviously, there's unlocks with their early investors still. There's all this stuff around with the pump token, and if it's going to, if they're going to buy the token, do buybacks, or just whatever it may be. But this is kind of like a representation of if the quote extraction of the trench is what people are expecting or speculating that it is, which was it was just an extraction. This is another extraction. They're just going to manipulate this token, but not in a good way, blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to be like a rug pull. And then everyone's just going to eventually go into the safer thing. And then this is kind of just left. And then but then the people that are at the top that have more of the supply, they have more of the control, they win. And the people that got in, too late or thought they were going to be able to ride this thing more long term, they get left holding the bag. Okay, so that is what some people think. But then there's people that think also that this is the representation of the whole launch pad, the whole idea of token creation and the gamified, memified economy that's been running on Sol, and it being one of the most used dApps of the whole past year of any application. Some of it being controversial, but regardless of some of the ways that the app was used, it was the catalyst for basically the launchpad token creation economy, where then everyone was doing and trying to mimic what Pump Fund was doing. So if this token fails and it's a rug pull, then does that leave any room for the other launch pads and that type of economy to have good sentiment, to be able to be a long-term investment and to be like, yeah, no, we're not going to do this because it's just me like Pump Fund, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of how I feel about Pepe. It's like Pepe was the catalyst for meme coins to be like, okay, should we even try this, guys? Or is this going to be like a flash in the pan and then people are not going to give a crap? Pepe then solidified that, no, guys, I'm going to make meme coins great again. And I'm going to I'm going to give you guys the go. Like, that was the go right there for Pepe. 2023. Not even that long ago, that basically signaled this whole meme economy again to be like, okay, it's not just Doge, it's not just SHIB. Like, the memes in general is its own economy. It's its own thing. Like, the memes, the market cap right now, the highest it's ever been has been up to 123 billion. And I think the memes alone can get to a total of at least over $1 trillion. I think it can definitely get over $1 trillion. Because Dogecoin at one point was at $75 billion to almost $80 billion in market cap. SHIB was at like 45. We've seen Pepe over 10. Pudgy's now, with all the branding and the IP and that dominance, is at 1.7 billion, back up to close to its like original launch market cap. I'm curious to see where that goes over the next couple of years. And then we have the Trump token, which is on Solana as well as with what was Pingu at 1.6. This is the president's meme coin. Bonk, with the original airdrop, meme Solana, bullish meme Solana token, which was on the Solana phone. Then we got SPX 6900, which is interesting because this is why there's so many reasons why I'm bullish ticker Bitcoin, but SPX 6900 and all of the meme coins that kind of have that similar cult, would not cult vibe, but community diehard fans of particular tokens. It all came after ticker Bitcoin was inspired by ticker Bitcoin. It's facts. So I choose to keep continuing to be massively bullish on ticker Bitcoin for that reason, because I think it makes so much sense as a meme. If I can even spell, jeez. My only worry is that I keep seeing this liquidity get just drained. I'm like, where is the liquidity going? But I keep seeing a lot of buys. And is it the same wallet again? This is that wallet. Is this that same wallet? It is. Oh man, and they just loaded up on some USD1 too. This is the one. Okay, this wallet, I'm very curious about this wallet. I want to know whose wallet this is. I want to know whose wallet this is because it's a solid wallet. It's it's got a lot of tokens that I'm bullish on. Oh man, even some Bone, some Shiba Swap. Dang, so they know about Bone. Okay. And look, they got $18 of XPX 6900, but I bet what they did though is they sold a lot of it. They probably at one point had like a huge bag of SPX 6900, and that's how they were able to get this much ETH, or even invest in having thousands of dollars in these tokens as well. So you see, there you go. There is rotation in play right now in this wallet, because SPX 6900 has gotten to over $1 billion, gotten to $2 billion. It's pumped a lot. And so is it that the rotation is going into these charts that have bottomed out, which are basically like Roll Bitcoin, PayPay, Apu, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Teninu, Wojak, MPC, Kekius, all of those charts, if you look at those charts, they're all at the bottom. But understanding that if we're just patient enough, and this person's probably thinking, I'm going to be really patient because these coins right here, if they go back to their all-time highs, this wallet is going to be like in the millions. Right now it's at 620,000. But this thing's going to be pumping. So they understand, so they know this is kind of how my wallet, I got Wojak, Pepe, ticker Bitcoin. I did have PayPay, but I don't hold it anymore. I think I remember you guys, if you remember on the live stream, I sacrificed meme coins into ticker Bitcoin. It was like a ritual sacrifice. But but also this is cool. I like that they have Bone Shiba Swap in here. We talked about that. We mentioned that the other day. I mentioned about the Shibarium ecosystem, and that's probably, if you're gonna look and invest into a token that has the most pumpage, that if it goes anywhere near any of the value of what it did before, that I mean, even just having $700 in Shiba in Bone, that could turn into 100,000. I mean, that could turn into thousands of dollars if it goes even near where it went before. It's pretty wild because, like, yeah, we were right. Where were we? Yeah, Bone Shiba Swap, $15. Right now it's at 16 cents. It's a 9,600% move to the upside if it wanted to potentially challenge that area. But yeah, that wallet, I've been tracking that wallet. That wallet's been, that's the same freaking wallet too. That's so funny because look, we pulled this up the other day. Is that the same wallet? It looks so similar. It is the same wallet. Wow. Yep, it's the same freaking wallet. Well, whoever you are, I'm watching you. I'm watching you on these buys. 779439. And you guys should do this too. If you have a coin that you like, look at the wallets that are buying up just buying it constantly. And so yeah, they were buying a poo too. Let's see. This is the one. Yeah, see this chart? Yeah, see this chart's on like at the freaking bottom too. Okay, so then look, okay, so we got this wallet. Let's look at this wallet. This one is accumulating a poo. This one has a little lower balance. This one's like 22,000. So let's see. Oh, it's not showing the ETH holdings. So they're just kind of stacking up a poo. So they're stacking up. Okay. Any big buys? Let's see. Is that the same wallet? Okay, here's like, okay, 6 hours ago, $17,000. This whale, let's see. Okay, so this is a bigger wallet. Let's see what they have in here. Okay, there we go. We got, okay, this is so funny. I love doing this because it shows that most of the people that are holding these tokens that I talk about, Headband, are you watching this? Are you watching this? I love this. I love doing on-chain investigating like this. This brings me back to the old days. I used to do this a lot more, and it helped me to find tokens and also kind of validate and strengthen my thesis of holding certain coins. And then you start to see a pattern, and you start to see other coins in there, and you're like, oh, these wallets are holding the same stuff. It's like it's like seeing smart money happen, and you kind of start to build your case. You're like, okay, this is why, look, they have Wojak, they have Pepe, they have Ticker Bitcoin. These are just the classic like blue chip memes for Ethereum. Well, you have all the Solana stuff, which is, you could be bullish on that too. Like we mentioned, we mentioned Bonk. We're more bullish on the dexes and the ecosystems of Solana than the meme coins, really. And we've explained this. But look, they have a Poo. They have some Prime in here. Oh, they got a bag of SPX 6900. Oh, they have some Ohm. That's like holding a meme coin now. That's like trying to hold Terra Luna. Like you're like hoping that Luna Classic will pump again. Ohm is like Terra Luna. Then we got this Book of Ethereum. It's kind of like book of meme, but Book of Ethereum. I don't know. I've never seen that before. But then you got the MPC, which is basically it's like the Wojak. So yeah, they're just like, these wallets are just being very, very simple. They're not being too risky. They might have a couple different things like for risk to have some risk, but this is pretty standard, and I'm really liking it. That's super, super cool. I really like that. Okay, so let's get into the Pulse Chain devices. If you guys haven't smashed up the like button to absolute new all-time highs, then you're probably just not really wanting to tune into crypto today. I get it. It's Monday. You don't have to work. You don't want to learn about financial stuff. You're just like, I just want to watch Netflix. But I could be wrong. Maybe you do want to learn about the mass marketing that Richard Hart has been doing. So let's listen to what Ivan had to say about it first, and then we'll give our opinion. We've been covering this. We've been covering that Richard Hart has been alluding to some type of mass marketing thing. He's like, what are you going to do when this hits and people start recognizing Pulse Chain, have something physical in their hand that they can say, look, this is I can mint these coins for free and test out this DeFi, this thing called Hex, this thing called Pulse Chain. And we're gonna talk about it. I think it's pretty cool. So you don't really see other blockchains really doing stuff like this in this type of fashion. So let's see.
Now, guys, some update from Richard Hart from Pulse Chain. Guys, let me know what the hell he bought. He bought some. This is this, scratch. For kids, you can like draw a thing and then you can like scratch it. Sketch and scratch. Is that how you call these things? It's, guys, I mean, we all knew Pulse holders are special. They're in special needs class. They're very, very special. They're very close to our heart. But now, he bought this from AliExpress.
Well, Ivan, sir, you are special because your ass was promoting Pulse Chain and Hex and talking about Richard Hart. You made the sacrifice, Ivan, so you can laugh all you want, but you're laughing at yourself.
AliExpress, I mean, you see yourself the build quality. So I don't know what he bought 400,000. Guys, he raised billions in sacrifice, all of the Pulse Chain sacrificers. What do you get back? You get sketch and scratch. Is that how you say it? It's for the kids, to learn to draw a tree. So you get that back. It is this one is $2 on AliExpress, okay? So he says, go paperless. Save trees and money. Battery lasts for years, no charging. Well, it doesn't do anything. It's a drawing pad. Etch and scratch. Is that what you say? Etch and scratch. Okay. Colorful screen looks great. Sunlight or shade. Always on and writing. like the Bitcoin blockchain. Erase button and erase locks. But this is tech review. You know, this guy Marquis reviewing tech. He can go f himself. This is real tech review. This is real. This is tech review. Okay. Erase button in the erase lock switch. Check. Check. Fantastic. Fantastic. Light and durable. Kids love it. Quiet, focus, fun, no mess.
I love Ivan's his attitude about it is funny, because he knows it's funny, but if you really want to be meta, let's get meta about it. Let's get meta about it. Think about it. You know, we've all been forced screens and stuff down our freaking throats, and we have all this screen time, and we know it's bad. I mean, we have this feeling, we know it's bad for us. We know, like, when we get out in nature, we get back to creativity, drawing, reading, writing, whatever it is. If that, you know, you start to feel like you're being cleansed, you know, like you've been like, geez, I've been in this cyber like prison, you know. I feel like it's too, like when I'm in front of these screens all the time, I'm recording videos, I'm looking at my phone, and then finally when I have the sun like go on my skin, and I like, or I just like focus into something, or I read a freaking book. Oh my God. You start to realize like, dang, forget about those simple things. And something like this, as simple as that, or laughable, whatever is what you want to say, as a drawing pad that just has links on it. And the pulse chain logos to remind you of the sacrifice of the hexagons across the world. You get to draw a smiley face on the sketch pad. But the thing is if you don't understand Richard Hart, you're not going to understand this. But it's okay. You don't necessarily have to. It's marketing. It's marketing. As simple as that. It's just easy marketing. And I don't know. I think it's brilliant. Get kids to draw. The pulsagons, the hexagons can the special ones can draw whatever they need to help them sleep at night. For being in the pulse chain ecosystem. It's hilarious.
You can use the pen as a stand. So you just poke a hole in the bottom right. Guys, you don't need a stand. Just poke a hole in that bottom right and it's gonna stand. Guys, fantastic. I love it. And he has a roadmap here with the magnetic version coming soon. There are rumors, hundreds of thousands more in production. Guys, if you are from Pulse Chain, let me know what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's also very small. And yeah, you can write stuff on this scratch and etch and scratch. How to say? Scratch and itch and scratch. And
here's your use case. People are always like, "What's the use case of crypto? What's the use case of crypto? Drawing pads, baby. Drawing pads." That's the use case.
It says hex.com with the logo and Pulse, and it says that you get free coins if you go to this website. Maybe it's gonna work. I don't know, guys. What is this? What are we looking at here? Matt, let me know. You are from the Hex community. By the way, let me know if you are from Hex community. Smash up the like, subscribe. This was the best. See the Solana phone and this Pulse Chain etch and scratch.
That is hilarious. That is why you need to have diversification. You gotta be into Pulse Chain because you get the etch and scratch back to the Stone Age, and then you get Solana phone Seeker with airdrops and dapplications, and Richard Hart's like, draw, scratch and scratch on this pad, please, and go get some free coins. I love crypto so much. This is the best. This is the best. I freaking love it. Okay. This is great. I love this. This is great. Zach XBT, always on the move, says new leak. Price sheets. It's a price sheet of 200 plus crypto influencers and their wallet addresses from a project they were recently contacted by to promote. From 160 plus accounts who accepted the deal, he said, I only saw 5 accounts actually disclose the promotional posts as an advertisement. Of course. Because they're like, I found the blah, blah, blah. And it was like, you know. But this is cool. This is fascinating. Let's see. Over 1K price per one. But dang, I'm in the wrong business. What am I doing? What am I doing? All they have to do is make a post? Wait a second. They just make a post. And these are all Solana pump and dump coins, most likely. All right, so these are the people that you got to stay away from. You got to stay away from these people. Let's see. $2,000 for one post. Are you kidding me? $2,500 for one post? Is there any more that are pumping up those? Oh my God. Who is this? Media Giraffes. Wait a second. Media Giraffes. $5,000 for one post. Get out of town. I've got to see this. Media Giraffes. Where's Media Giraffes? Look at this. Uncle Eddie. Media Giraffes. $5,000 for one post. Okay. All right. Nice. Geez. Okay. And then, okay, we got some price per post. Okay, these are in like the thousands. 750. Soul scan. It's all Solana tokens. Tier 4. Okay. And basically, yeah, he said out of all of the 160 accounts, only 5 of them. Yeah, that's crazy. This is a good question. So what's the biggest sign that this run is different? It's a good question. What do you guys think? What is the biggest sign that you've seen over the past 6 months, a year, whatever, the past, coming out of the Bitcoin halving? Like, what do you think is signifying that this is that it's different this time? It's different this time. Pulse. It's different this time on Pulse Chain. I swear, it's different this time. What makes it different? What do you think? The manipulation, the ETFs. I mean, there's a lot going on, Yeah, and that's okay. Headband. It's moving different. That is exactly. Yes. It seems like it seems like they're just dragging it along. Like they don't want it to blast off too far. They don't want it to because it seems like they're like, we want to accumulate as much as possible. Now, what chart do I like to look at that helps me think like that? It's the Bitcoin rainbow chart, because look at this. If you think about it, we haven't gone into the red, and we've always, from the inception of Bitcoin, but when it was cents, under $1 in 2009, when it was created, it pumped into the red. And then it created like the first like cycle going into the Bitcoin halving. And then from that halving, we've been able to track it from each halving, or really smart people, charters, and people that know how to do this stuff. They created all this stuff to be able to chart this and then reveal that there's some kind of a thing happening here. After the halvings, it goes into the red. And it has created this, quote, 4-year cycle. Well, if you look at how long we've been in this sideways freaking, like, I'm going to call this sideways. I don't care what you say. This is sideways. I don't care that we hit all-time highs. I don't care. If it's in the freaking yellow still, we're sideways from the blue. And we haven't hit the red yet. So this is so in that case we're moving different, because it's been this steady, like long, like they're just stretching it out. And remember, we talked about like the rubber band. You keep stretching it out long enough, it's gonna pop, and it just goes poof. And so they're stretching this sucker out as long as they can, and then eventually it's gonna pop. And that's when we're gonna see possibly at the end of the year, and I think more so Q1 and Q2 2026 is where we're going to really get in the red. We're going to get in the red, and we're going to see probably in, like, I would say more so in like terms of like and the alts too. That's where I think we're going to see the alt season, because then like that Bitcoin valuation is going to be so high, and then that rotation happens again, and holy freaking crap. It's just going to be like 2021 in a sense, where we had Bitcoin top out in like August, September, or something like that, and then the rotation happened in November, all-time highs for altcoins. I'm pretty sure if we double check, we could look at the chart on the weekly of what happened for Bitcoin in 2021. It topped out right here in, was it November? Okay, so it did the double top in November. So that's when the rotation kind of happened. We had this top out right here, and then money flowed into the alts, and then in November is where we like alts just started running, and it's at the same time Bitcoin started to kind of run up too, to test that high again, and then we went into the bear market. So we'll see that probably similar rotation, and that's why I'm bullish alts. You know, you want to hold alts for that chance. You know, you're just taking the risk of holding alts instead of just like holding Bitcoin, because you literally could make it so easy for yourself, call it a day. And I realize this too. You know, I know this. Like, I could have probably, you know, if I want to be honest with myself, I could have just bought Bitcoin this entire time. Just all the money that I've ever wanted to invest into crypto, just be stacking Bitcoin like Michael Saylor, like a robot. And I probably would have a lot more crypto than I do right now. And it's because I've tried to play the alt game. I've tried to trade and rotate and be on crypto Twitter too much. And it's a big distraction. You know, there really is. So, but crypto is one of those interesting places where you could still be in that type of position and get a chance again on the altcoins. But you have to learn your lesson. So what is the lesson? You got to take profits. You have to DCA, but you also have to DCA out. But then, that could be your strategy. But then also, at the same time, You're like, I believe in crypto. I want to be here for years. I think I can build up a massive bag of digital assets that I can use for the next 10, 15, 20, however long plus years. So then at that point, you're just gonna just become addicted to buying and getting as much crypto and assets as you possibly can, and getting exposure into stocks and everything that is going to be involved in the liquidity of crypto. But something that really is interesting that I was predicting that silver would eventually catch up to gold. It finally did. Futures flat at silver soars to 11-year high. So as historically, September is the worst month for stocks and also technically for crypto. Because if you look at the data for monthly returns for Bitcoin in September, it's usually not that great. From 2017 all the way to 2022, September sucked. And so we'll have to see what happens here for that, but that's just a correlation. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, this with gold inched closer to an all-time high after last week's breakout, and optimism grew for an interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve, and then silver has been catching up. So yeah, this is interesting. So let's track silver really quick. Let's see what's going on with silver. We said silver was going to be kind of just trending up from this channel here, right here, going up and trying to test that $49 an ounce. Why 49? Well, this was previous resistance from 2011. So this is crazy. So like this is crazy because I don't know if you guys, because if you've watched this channel long enough, you would remember that we said this. We charted this. We said watch silver because silver is going to basically kind of be the next play with, gold was taking the stage, and then silver was just going to kind of start to test, but it has to be a little slower because of the way that silver is used in production. Oh, the nerd robot says if we're not having alt season, I'm getting into severe depression. No, don't. I'm telling you, like it really just the name of the game right now is just to accumulate. Like just don't even worry about it so much. We will get a quote alt season. We're gonna see AVAX and all that stuff. Like things are gonna be pumping. Trust me. I think it will pump. It will pump. It will pump. It's okay. It always happens. We get so depressed. We just blah blah blah. We get all this, and then all of a sudden, it just starts going again. We have to be in this long term, guys. We can't focus too much on the short term because I've realized that those short term price, short term volatility, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing. Because if you've been here long enough, you've seen the money and where it's flowing, where it's going. You've seen that, like, we've charted gold, and like gold was where a lot of like even people who were just like they're not into crypto, but they're like, I got to get out of this dollar. I got to get out of the dollar. Like people that are smart money, they started thinking to themselves, I got to get I got to get out of the freaking dollar. So the dollar's doing, exactly also what is predicted of it going down in the trend of the Dixie downtrend. Call this the Dixie downtrend. And so this ultimately is we thought it was going to be trending down a little bit more, but we had this pop right here. That was during all the kind of volatility of the stock market and all that stuff. And then it's funny, right when they were saying, oh, it's doom and gloom, all right here. Tariffs are going to kill businesses and Trump's ruining the economy. Blah, blah, blah. Dollars going down. S&P 500 is breaking all-time highs. Yeah, that's called the bait and switch right there. So And so that's what's happening right now. And so then the stock market is trending back up to basically break all-time highs here. If you look at the monthly chart, look, this is where they told us everything's gonna die. You're toast. Don't invest. Keep getting into debt and don't accumulate assets. Just please keep being a pawn in the system. That was there. That was where they're just like, please doom scroll. Doom, blah, 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 blah. And then what happens? The president of the United States even comes in and says, it's a scam, pump the markets, it's a good time to buy. And because we're so post-traumatic stress disorder from the bear markets, we couldn't even listen to the damn president telling us to buy. We were still timid and a little like, but is it really? President's like, send it, and we couldn't listen. So but yeah, that's what's happening right now. Dollar's going down. No one wants to hold cash. No one wants to be in the dollar. They're even like, I'm gonna buy silver. Just shit. I mean, they're gonna start buying silver. They did gold. They're gonna buy silver. They're loading up on the ETFs and supply for the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF. They slowed down a lot on the accumulation of Bitcoin for the ETFs, and then they ramped up on ETH, but then they slowed down a little bit on ETH, and guess where it's going to next? Solana, my friends, because while they're slowing down on ETH and Bitcoin, guess what they started to increase? Solana. You're going to start seeing hundreds of millions of dollars flowing into this Solana ETF here. It's going to be really interesting. I'm very interested to see how this rotation is going to be happening. And if Solana, if our case is right, then this whole thing about the like Solana, like, oh, it's never going to get to $1,000. There's no way. I mean, that could be how it happens. And also people that were bearish ETH. There's no way ETH is going to break all-time high. It's not going to go to 10K, you guys. It's a pipe dream. But you start seeing flows like this, and you know, BlackRock's still accumulating. Ethereum is still being used as the primary stablecoin, or blockchain for stablecoin minting, even though, quote, it's a dinosaur. But see, that's the thing. Like, if you listen just to Solana maxis, they will say that Ethereum is a dinosaur and you shouldn't use it and you shouldn't be bullish at all and you shouldn't hold it and you should stay away. But then if there's someone who is a fusion and they're a hybrid and they say, well, I'm bullish Sol. I think all this stuff that what Sol's doing is great. I think Ethereum also is great because it's being kind of, it doesn't institutions don't care in that sense. They want trust, and so they feel like they can trust Ethereum better, and in terms of decentralization also as well. So doesn't matter. So doesn't matter what a Solana maxi thinks at that point. Same with like, doesn't matter what a Bitcoin maxi thinks in terms of like telling you that you shouldn't hold altcoins. You have to figure out your own strategy and figure out what is going to work for you. And I kind of am the fusion one. I'm bullish. I like to be a part of the culture. I think holding memes is fun. It's great. I think learning about these, the Ethereum ecosystem at the same time. Also learning about Solana, what's happening on chain, like why World Liberty Financial is bullish, whatever particular chain that they're using. And so this is kind of how I've been building my thesis on what I even want my portfolio to look like. And this is how I come to particular conclusions and how I want to narrow it down. So like I've narrowed it down to like what exchanges I kind of want to be bullish on. Like for instance, Crow, because of a lot of different reasons that we were bullish on before. But then I told you guys, I was like, look, all this handshaking with the crypto.com CEO and Trump, there's some big deal that they're going to be doing. And lo and behold, months and months later, we get the announcement that Trump media is going to be implementing all of this stuff with the Crow ecosystem. And I was like, bam, there we go. And so we got, Bitcoin, we got the blue chips, we got stuff, like I said, like AVAX, like I think AVAX is one of those, like, I like it. We've used AVAX. It's got a little bit of everything on it. It's cheap. It performs really well when we do go into altcoin season. XYO is like getting listed on all these exchanges. It's getting a lot of trading volume, like we said, so a lot of stuff to look forward to with the launch of their own blockchain. I think holding Wojak and Pepe, ticker Bitcoin, in the OG memes, like I said, like these wallets are holding these wallets. That's like they're holding these same tokens, very similar tokens. I'm curating my portfolio like that. So for Solana, so like I'm bullish ETH, but I'm also bullish Solana. So then I want to have tokens like Orca, and Radium, Sol. It just having Sol. Radium, Jupiter, also. Those are good tokens. The AVAX Sol ratio is horrible. Oh, I haven't looked at that rate. I don't look at, I know there's so many different ratio charts you can look at, but these are the ones that I focus on the most. Because these are the ones that, these are kind of because these are the top dogs. I mean, if you really want to be honest, like Cardano's the most like controversial one, if you think about it. Like Cardano's the one that like gets the biggest, like, I guess hate as a alternative to Ethereum, and being that thing that was like supposed to be like the chain that was going to take over, but we haven't seen that. So this is one that I like to watch. Like A to BTC. Link is a good one to watch. Link BTC, because then this has been in a kind of descending channel here, and we're always trying to figure out like when are these going to find a bottom. And once we start to see these ratios break out, like we did with ETH BTC here, you saw the breakout. We saw what happened with ETH. It finally started to move. And then now we're starting to see Solana move a little bit. We start to see a bit of a bottoming out here, hopefully. And if this thing starts to pump and start testing that 786, then that's how we'll get Sol looking really good. So I wonder what the AVAX BTC looks like. AVAX BTC. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, cool. So yeah, we have to track this one too. Let's add this one to the BTC ratio. And I highly recommend, I was terrible at organizing my trading view, and now I have it a lot more organized. Like I try to keep it to where if there's a really important charts that I want to pay attention to, like for instance, the ratio charts, I keep them all in one tab. And then I have metals where I have like silver's futures, gold and silver, really simple. And then I have my stocks that I want to have in here, which is like also has the Dixie and things and the S&P and whatever. And really not that many. But then also I also have the large cap cryptos. And this has all of our altcoins and different Bitcoin charts, and we just keep it pretty simple. So that is a good. Oh, and we do the dominance, and also this is also important too. You can look at the dominance and total cryptocurrency market caps in one section. So we have like UST dominance, ETH dominance, total 3, which is the cryptocurrency market cap excluding BTC and ETH, and then the total cryptocurrency market cap, which is in the beginning of the live stream. I pointed out something. I said, look, there's 2 important charts that we could focus on to really eliminate the noise. this is the point. This is your main goal, is to eliminate the noise. I know from personal experience that the thing that messed me up the most is getting distracted by the noise. It is UVU. It's not, you can't blame the noise. That's always going to be out there. There's always going to be counter, whatever, like things trying to extract from you, rug pull or whatever it may be. I don't care what you want to call it. Whatever is breaking you off your game to just start to focus and narrow it down and just finally stop screwing around. And it's the noise. So, and it's you who ends up messing that up. You can't blame the noise. You can't blame the market. You can't, because you're the one who ends up hitting the buy and sell button. No one's forcing your hand to click and move around and do all this stuff. So I realized this, and I've made my mistakes and have learned my lessons, and now have pretty much, very much narrowed my focus into like the coins that I just showed you. Very much just kind of narrowed in. I don't care what new launches do, whatever. I don't care what I've just narrowed it down, almost Michael Saylor level kind of focus, laser focus into what I'm doing here. Because I believe we're still massively early, and there's no reason, just like a career and a job, it's like the people that constantly can't stick with one thing because they get to the point where it gets hard and then they go, I can't do it anymore. I got to just try something different. It's not working out. Okay, you're going to do that 17,000 times. And every time you're going to hit a point in something that where it gets a little tough and you're going to give up and try the next thing, you're never going to complete the thing that you're trying to do. So I feel like it's the same way in crypto. It's like, it's getting a little hard. You can't hold. then okay. Or you're getting distracted, and then because this shiny thing over here, so you're gonna sell that because it's almost the same way. So if you can eliminate the noise and look macro, that is the best thing that you can do. It's my best advice, is eliminate the noise, figure out your process to eliminate the noise, and lock the heck in. So the total cryptocurrency market cap chart on the monthly is the one you need to be looking at and comparing to, of the trajectory and the breakout point of gold. That is all you need to look at. If you are getting worried and you're thinking crypto, blah, 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 all you need to know is you need to get thousands and thousands of dollars of digital assets as fast as you can. And just continue to do so. Because with gold from the 2000s, that is exactly what smart money did. And a lot of, and just like people that realized that were like, yeah, we're not going to be in the dollar. And look at what gold did. Okay. Gold. Okay. And what is compared to gold a lot of the times is the digital gold is Bitcoin. But we're just going to say the digital gold is crypto in general. On-chain liquidity, frictionless money, okay? If gold, the oldest store of value in time, and the hardest thing to transfer and to hold, went up this much, you're telling me that we can't, the best thing that we possibly have as what the society that we live in and the type of money that we want, we can't have the total cryptocurrency market cap get to 20 trillion? The freaking the price of the market cap of just gold alone? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? You're not bullish enough. You don't believe enough. You're just in the short-term noise. And I'm not, and I'm gonna get you out because I was in it. All you got to know is gold is 22 trillion market cap. And the total cryptocurrency market cap is only at $3.7 trillion. We're going to go so much higher. And we're going to go so much higher, and you just need to freaking believe and have some faith. Believe and have some faith. More so than any time now is crypto people need to have some damn faith. And I don't care, hopium, pull out the hopium pipe. All right, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. We had fun today. I think we covered most of what we wanted to cover. We covered the World Liberty launch. We covered Bitcoin and the altcoin analysis. We talked about the Pulse chain devices. We broke down the portfolio, and I don't know. Maybe we'll do a 1 minute Q&A. See how many people were watching across all platforms. Yeah, watch out for this guy. I don't know what's going on with this Uncle Eddie. $5,000 for a freaking post, man. I don't know, man. I'm in the wrong crypto business. I'm in the wrong crypto business. I'm over here trying to do it grassroots, man. These people are charging freaking $5,000 for a post. What the freaking crap? What is going on? I know BitBoy's price sheet was outrageous as well. Like BitBoy's price sheet, I think that was, I could probably look that up. I'm gonna say BitBoy's price sheet because that one was crazy too. It's like, dang, dude. I was like, if you were pulling in that much, what the freaking crap? There, it was going around like for a little bit. BitBoy's price sheet was going around. There was a couple price sheets for influencers, and I was like, my jaw like hit the floor. I was like, dang, man. But I tell you, I got hit up recently by something, and I was like, it was some Pepe derivative project, and I just ignore them. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna promote some Pepe derivative thing. Pre-sale. It was like a Pepe pre-sale, and I've gotten hit up by another. It was like I think it was last year. It was like a project, and I just told them, I was like, look, I'm gonna tell them that it's a paid promotion and that it's like you could lose all your money. It's gonna go to zero. You know what they did? Crickets. They didn't send me any messages anymore because I was like, yeah, because I'm not gonna scam my freaking audience. Like I'm gonna tell them. Like what I'm promoting, and I usually only like to promote the stuff that I like. So maybe I'm doing it wrong, but that is how I'm going to operate. And I think I will get back whatever I would have gotten 50-fold, 50x from not being a freaking ungenuine crypto promoter of these things when you just like are promoting crap just because you're getting paid to do so. I get paid $0 to talk about all of these coins that I like. I'm just talking about them because these are just the things that I've followed for years. You know, you naturally end up becoming a freaking damn walking billboard for these things. So yeah, maybe I am doing it wrong. Maybe I am doing it wrong, man. I don't know. Because that price sheet, brother. The price sheet, brother. Feels good, man. The price sheet. Holy crap. Where'd it go? I want to look at it again. $5,000 for one post. What in the Lord? Oh, it was in the bookmarks. Who was the second largest one? It was 20. It was 25. 20. Okay, for one post by Fuel Keck. Fuel Keck. I just searched your Soul address. I saw your trading history and was wondering if you are trying to be the first on-chain clown. I've never seen this. See, these people always have like they have like hundreds of thousands of followers. Where do they get all these followers? So this person is charging $2,500 for one post. Price per one post. What work are you doing for a post? I mean, let's be honest. How many hours are you spending on a post? Depends on, I guess, if you're doing a massive thread and you're doing this deep dive research, probably days maybe for a massive thread. But for just like one post where you're like, this is the contract, bro. $2,500. As you can see, I'm like, I might be slightly like, I might be slightly butthurt about this price sheet. I'm like, like, what am I doing with my life? So funny. I feel like I'm a true pulse holder. I'm like, there's people out there posting, getting $2,500 per one post, and I'm like, oh, these drawing sketch pads look really great. These free sketch pads from Richard Hart look great, guys. Please follow my channel. We're all gonna make it, guys. All right, well, with that being said, we love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of the support. Check out all of the links in the description. Best way to directly support the channel is to just like interact, like make more noise on the videos. For instance, like this one, like we could get this one up like more likes, you know, we can get this one up to 20 likes, like boost it, mega boost it, and then also leaving a comment on the video after you're done watching the live stream. That always helps too. Like a real comment, because I always get these bot comments and they suck. The links directly in the description. If you want to, like I said, directly support the channel, they're all in here. We have OURBIT, PHEMEX, and then also crypto.com. We've been bullish crypto.com, but we really want to push the link. And if you guys haven't tested out the app, they're adding all kinds of stuff in there. So bullish crow. And yeah, just directly supports the channel, helps keep the lights on in the studio. So we really do appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who is watching on other platforms. We have 84 people watching on X. So thank you very much to all you guys. So we appreciate you very much. And make sure you repost the live stream and heart it on X. And shout out to anyone else who is watching on any other platform, because we do send this thing out to Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook even. We send it to Facebook. And we also stream to YouTube as well. So God bless you and your families. God bless every single one of you. Thank you very much for tuning in again. May the light of the Lord Jesus Christ shine on you and your families. Have a good rest of the day. And yeah, let me know in the comment section after this live stream if you want me to live stream later today and continue to talk about crypto stuff, continue to find and dig out some news, and maybe, I don't know, we'll test out some crypto video games or something. I don't know. Let me know. But all right, guys, peace out. We'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you on another live stream later tonight. Peace out.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you a really quick metric that I found fascinating. So 41% of the people that have been watching this channel and actually liking the channel and the content have not subscribed. 41% of you, but I will say 58% of you subscribed. Amazing. You guys are doing awesome. But I want to say that the people that are not subscribed yet, please, won't you consider subscribing to the channel and joining the Dojo crew where we are educating ourselves. We're in the markets every single day. We're live streaming Monday through Friday, and we're also posting content on a daily basis that is keeping up with these cryptocurrency markets. And this is where the money is flowing right now, guys. So if you want to get these updates and you want to be ahead of the game, I suggest you start subscribing and dinging the bell to be notified whenever I go live and post content, because you do not want to miss it.